Let's go to Villa Park, my friend. First game of the weekend. Aston Villa in super form. Arsenal, ticking along, but not quite the lead at the top of the table they would like. And some would say, going to form, Aston Villa end up beating Arsenal 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I think I called it another durability test. Given the week or so they've had, Arsenal have had some big games, big emotional games. We know about Saliba and Gabriel, the best central defensive partnership in the Premier League, are both out. Right. We then learned that Christian Mosquera was out as well. So you saw Yuri Timber come inside, Ben White, who hasn't played a lot of football, to the right-hand side. And we were, of course, with Lee Dixon, the former Arsenal legend defender. And I think we both kind of agreed that they were so pulled around defensively.
Stretched.
And it's like, go into Villa Park that are on fire, that are in great form, that have got all their main forwards. I think it's probably the best team for Aston Villa that showed up against Arsenal. And when you got some important players out and your schedule, I just thought it was a chance that they might get. I actually thought they'd probably get a draw, but they lost the game and didn't really create enough.
No.
Any other reason? Like, was there any other signs in the game that Arsenal fans should be? I mean, of course they won't be thrilled that the gap's closed between them and Man City.
Yeah.
But there's any other signs in the defensive kind of difficulties to worry about for the Gunners fans?
You're right. I did the same. I thought they got stretched a little bit, Rob, in areas, and Villa confined them pockets. I thought Tielemans was excellent for Villa, finding space and dominating game. Rodgers' runs were causing problems, as you say. Ben White hasn't played that much football. Timber playing then is centre back.
He didn't look comfortable. No, Timber positionally.
Didn't quite look himself. Which it's going to be different, isn't it? Especially against a team like Villa, who play really well and absolutely brilliantly set up by a manager. Rob, it was interesting the Eze one without Trossard, and he lets Cash go on the far side and. Just thought, as it was on the edge of things again, I saw he had 13 touches in the first half, fewest of any player.
Yeah.
I know that Martinelli and just wondered if it was where maybe a little bit more counter-attack pace might have been an option if we're not dominating the game with the technical play.
Yeah, well, I mean, Trossard comes on and does what he does and scores another important goal for Arsenal. I mean, to be fair, Rob, second half, they looked better. The control of the game was better.
Made a few more chances,
we were saying to Lee, like, every time Villa went forward, they looked like scoring. Arsenal never looked comfortable at defending phase of the game, but their general play and the way they moved the ball, they looked pretty safe in the second half. And going into the last kind of minutes of the match, it's like, okay, that's kind of a fair result for both sides. And of all the players, Rob, to be the hero on the day, Emery Buendia, the celebration, what it meant to him, and the difficulty he's had with big knee injury, and he's in and out the side. He's not really a regular starter. I mean, it was an amazing finish, and that Villa Park is we know what that's like, that stadium. Real fans getting behind the team, making it really, really noisy, and that's quite the result and quite the rebound for the manager, Unai Emery, that was so flat, so stale at the start of the season.
We couldn't believe, could we, the start of the season?
Was
it 4 games with no goals, 5 games without a win?
And just the eye test, looking at them, was like, what has happened to them? I remember saying that on our podcast. Like, what's going on there? So that's something else for a manager to turn that around. We've seen that multiple times when the manager never really fixes it and ends up, struggling, losing his job. So third place in the Premier League right now, Rob. A dramatic late win. What's that? 9 wins out of the last 10?
9 wins out of 10, 13 out of 15 all comps. God. I mean, brilliant work again. Yeah. I mean, Rob, the thing, the sort of takeaway from Arsenal, and I don't want to harp on the same point of, like, there was a shot at the end, the Buendia shot, that was an absolute killer, last kick of the game, basically. You saw the celebrations. You saw, like, Raya fall to the floor, 4 or 5 players fall to the floor. I mean, a bit of a gap that they've had is gone down to 3 points. It kind of feels like this group are going to have to go and prove themselves again, Rob. I think there was 2-3 weeks ago, it's like, Arsenal are flying, Arsenal are this. Kind of feel like everybody's waiting now. City are closed up, Villa are 3 points behind. Late disappointments. They've scored some late winners and seen the benefit. What's going to happen off this late disappointment now?
Yeah, I mean, next weekend they've got Wolves at home. So maybe, I can't assume anything, but I just feel that their schedule's been really difficult, from the North London derby to big Champions League games to Villa Park away. Crikey, it's been difficult. Long way to go, mate. There's another 23 games to go.
Yeah, without your back two as well.
Without the back two. So, yeah, there's plenty of time. I still, it doesn't waver my thought about them being the best team in the league this year overall. We'll see. We'll get to Man City actually next chat and how they're looking. But it's certainly pulled it all together. It's a lot tighter. 2 losses now. Those losses that's another one tallied up. So but it was a great game, wasn't it? It was a great game of football, Villa Park,
game of football.
And Villa deserves so much credit and the way that they're playing right now.
Absolutely, Unai. It continues to cause them problems. Shows really what a good man. When you've got a good manager, mate, you keep hold of him, you give him time because he'll turn it around.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.